Hello besties, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Rachel, and welcome to my October TBR. We are going to be doing things a little bit different this month. We are still going to be using my handy dandy TBR jar. Typically what I do each month is I will pull 6 prompts from my TBR jar, and then I will pick 6 books that match up with those prompts. However, I would like October to be a mood reading month. I am going to pull a few prompts from my TBR jar, but I am only probably going to pull like 3, and then the rest of the month I just want to mood read. And so in today's video I'm going to be going over the books that I would like to read, the books that I am in the mood for, but I'm not really going to set a bigger TBR for myself in the month of October. And this is 100% inspired by the lovely Tori at Novel Life. I will have her channel linked down below. Please go subscribe to her. I love her. And I want to say like a month or 2 ago, I was watching one of her TBR videos and she talked about the exact same thing. She's like, I kind of just want to mood read this month, so I'm going to pull a few prompts, but really I'm just going to focus on really whatever strikes my attention in that month that she was filming that in. So that is exactly what we're going to be doing today. Thank you so much, Tori, for the inspiration. We will be back to our typical TBR prompt shenanigans in the month of November, but in October, we're just going to vibe. And honestly, October is arguably the vibiest month of the year, so it only seems right. Okay, so let's start off with pulling 3 prompts from my TBR jar, and then we will be picking 3 books from this. Definitely going to try to pick books that fit into the spooky theme, which is vampires, dark academia, gothic, dark something in that realm. I'm gonna try really hard to pick books that will fit that vibe as long as they match the TBR prompts. So let's do it. Okay, so TBR jar prompt pick number 1 for the month of October is going to be continue a series. Okay, we can definitely do that, and one of the books that I really would like to pick up in the month of October, so this fits perfectly, is A Light in the Flame by Jennifer L. Armentrout. Also, this book has very like dark fantasy vibes, and I feel like is really good for October. So this is the second book in the Flesh and Fire series, a prequel series to the From Blood and Ash series, if you are curious. Yes, I have read From Blood and Ash and A Kingdom of Flesh and Fire. I DNF'd the series after that. Never thought I would pick up anything regarding that series ever again. It just wasn't for me, but I decided to pick up A Shadow in the Ember, book 1 in this series, and I actually really loved it. Very strong 4-star rating. So we're giving the From Blood and Ash world another go with the Flesh and Fire series. So this is book 2. Really excited to pick up this book. I loved the first one, like I said, so I'm excited to see where the story goes. I feel like this is a very good book for the month of October. Okay, TBR jar prompt pick number 2 for October is going to be continue a series. Do I have this in here twice? Okay, I'm gonna redo that. I probably have that in there twice just because it's a good prompt, continue a series, but yeah, no, we gotta spice it up. We can't do the exact same prompt twice. Let's see what the actual second prompt will be. Read a contemporary romance. Oh, I don't want to. I don't want to. I mean, I could read Wild Card by Elsie Silver. Yeah, I could read Wild Card by Elsie Silver. Let me go grab it. Okay, I am actually excited about this. This is the finale to the Rose Hill series. We are following Sebastian and Gwen, is that her name? Yes, Bash and Gwen. And I am particularly excited for this book because it has one of the best tropes ever, and that is ex-boyfriend's dad. I can't wait. I'm so excited. One of my favorite romances ever is Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas, which has the same trope, and it is a bit taboo, but it's also so much fun, and I'm really looking forward to reading their story. I just love Elsie Silver's writing. I have loved 99.9% of her books. She is like an auto-buy contemporary romance author for me. I am not someone who picks up a ton of contemporary romance these days, but if I do, it will usually be for Elsie Silver. So I'm looking forward to completing this series with Wild Card in October. All right, and then the final TBR jar prompt that we're going to pull for October, and then we're just gonna go into books that I'm in the mood to read for the month. Let's see, prompt 3 will be read a classic. Oh my god. Okay, this is actually really funny because I have already pulled the books that I'm in the mood for from my shelves to talk about them with you all. One of them was a classic, so let's just put it officially on the TBR, shall we? Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. This is a book that I've wanted to read forever, for so long. I've never picked it up, but October seems like a really good month to do it. It was Mary Shelley's birthday recently and I just saw a lot of posts about her and was just like, God, I need to pick up Frankenstein. I've heard incredible things about it. One of my patrons was actually reading this recently and talking about it and just got me more excited, and I had this book at the front of my mind. So October is the perfect month to finally read Frankenstein. I'm really, really excited to read this. I hope that I love it. All right, TBR jar is done. We will see you in November. Let's talk about just some books that I'm in the mood to read that I may or may not pick up in October. Probably will, but who can say? First one is going to be Immortal Dark by Taijust Gurma. This is, I believe, a YA fantasy, but it features vampires and an academy setting. So that is just so perfect for fall, so perfect for October. I've heard really, really great things about this book. I don't know too much about it other than the vampire and academy setting aspect, but that is really all I need to know. That has me hooked. I've also seen fan art for this book and it's absolutely gorgeous. So I think I'm really going to enjoy this. Going in super excited. This next book is at the top of my mood reading TBR, and that is going to be The Jasad Heir by Sarah Hashem. This is an Egyptian inspired fantasy following our main character Sylvia. She accidentally reveals her magic in front of the wrong person and essentially has to agree to hunt down rebels in exchange for her life. There is a romance subplot in this book. I don't think it's like a proper fantasy romance, but I definitely think that there is a strong romance subplot here. And I've heard it's just really, really well done, enemies to lovers. So I think I'm really going to enjoy this. The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. No, you are not having deja vu. This is just me putting The Name of the Wind on another TBR. Kind of, not really. This isn't officially going on a TBR. I don't really officially have an October TBR besides the 3 books that we talked about at the beginning of the video. But I want to read The Name of the Wind before the year is over. If you don't know what this book is about, I don't know what this book is about, so maybe you shouldn't listen to me. I think it is about the most notorious wizard of all time, as far as this world goes. So that sounds intriguing. Excited about that. And I've heard amazing, wonderful things. This book is always on lists of like greatest fantasy novels of all time, blah, blah, blah. I'm excited to try this out. I do know that the series is not complete, and it sounds like the author is never going to complete the series. Maybe, I don't know, but there is a sequel that you can read and then be depressed about because there's nothing that comes after that. But I still want to read it, even though I know this is not going to be finished potentially in my lifetime, but we'll see. I would also like to read City of Lies and Legends by Kayla Edwards, and I am actually already in the middle of this book, kind of. I'm 34% of the way through. I just haven't picked it up in a couple weeks because I've been focusing on other books for other vlogs, but I would like to finish this up in the month of October. This is the 3rd book in an urban fantasy romance series that features witches and dark slayers and familiars and just all of these really mythical creatures. The first book has this like kind of mystery plot line that stays contained within the city, but by book 2 and especially by book 3, things get really huge. We're going to different cities. The plot is just absolutely exploding. I'm really, really liking this 3rd book. We have introduced some new characters that I'm very intrigued about, so I definitely want to keep reading this book. I will most likely finish it in October though. Okay, let's go over some recent releases that I really want to get to in the month of October. Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross. I am so excited to read this. I have very high hopes, very, 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 very high hopes. This is a prequel to Divine Rivals Duet. I did not love the 2nd book, Ruthless Vows, as much as I loved Divine Rivals, but still have a lot of love for the duology overall, and I just like Rebecca Ross's writing, and a prequel in this world is so intriguing to me, and I've just heard really, really wonderful things about this book. It's also just like so beautiful. That cover is amazing. I've heard nothing but great things, so I'm really excited about this. Every Spiral of Fate by Tahera Mafi. That is the 4th book in the This Woven Kingdom series. It's such a good series. Oh my god, absolutely amazing. YA fantasy, Persian Empire setting, just the most tension-filled, amazing love triangle that I've ever read. The 4th book is coming out on September 30th, so I will not be getting to that book in September, but I definitely want to get to it in October. I want to keep up on that series and see how the characters are doing. Also, this is the 2nd to last book in the series, so I feel like the cliffhanger is going to be so crazy and painful. Really, really excited for that book. And then last but not least, let's talk about the girly of the moment, Alchemized by Sen Lin Yu. I'm gonna be on vacation when this book comes out, so I'm not gonna be able to crack it open on release day like I think so many people are going to. I'm definitely going to have FOMO, but I want to read Manacled first. Now, Manacled is on my September TBR. At this moment in time, I have started Manacled, but I'm just like maybe 10% of the way through it, so I'm definitely not going to finish it before the month is up. So Manacled will be a priority read for the month of October. And then I don't know, I might pick up Alchemized like right after. I definitely want to read Alchemized in the month of October just because I want to avoid spoilers, because I feel like everyone's going to be talking about that book and I'm just really excited for it. I'm of course excited to finally read Manacled after hearing so many wonderful things about it for years, but I feel like I'm even more excited to read Alchemized because I'm so curious what the author is going to do to spin the story, make it her own. I just can't wait to read it. All right, and then the final book coming out in October that I will probably start in the month of October, but I don't think I'm going to finish it, so I'm definitely not officially putting it on my TBR, is The Wrath of the Fallen by Amber V. Nicole. This is book 4 in the Gods and Monsters series. My Patreon is doing a series read-along of this series leading up to this new release. So this month we are reading Dawn of the Curse Queen and then doing a live show. This book is technically our October book, but because it comes out on the 28th, I think we're definitely gonna carry it over into November. So I think I will save that book for my November TBR, but I may start it. I may get through a little bit of it in the last few days of October. Literally cannot wait for that book. I love this series so much. All right, friends, so that is going to be it for my TBR jar / mood reading October TBR. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Definitely let me know, what are you picking up in October? What are you most looking forward to? Or if you would like to leave an emoji to let me know you made it to this point, please leave the pumpkin emoji. Please make sure that you're following me on Instagram, Goodreads, and TikTok. They're all linked down below. I also have a Patreon. That is where I host my fantasy romance book club. I also host reading sprints there. I post bonus videos. And like I said, we are doing a series read along right now. I really appreciate that you watched this video. I hope that you're having a fantastic day. I love you all so much, and I will catch you guys in the next one.